are untouchable. We are unstoppable, and we are undisputed.
Damn it!
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to Undisputed Wrestling News Episode 2. So I started this series last week, and in the video I was calling it Wrestling News Roundup, and I accidentally called it Wrestling Rumor Roundup like 20 times, and then I realized as I was uploading it, why didn't I just call it Undisputed Wrestling News in the first place? Like, that's a lot more of an original name, it relates more to the channel. So yeah, I ended up changing it in the title, and I left a comment pinned in the video. But yeah, this series is now going to be called Undisputed Wrestling News. It's kind of funny, we couldn't even get one episode up without having to change the name. But anyways, I do want to let you guys know that next week I will not be hosting the show, because next Friday I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed. Yay! So I'm going to have someone fill in for me, get me the clips Friday. Hopefully I'll be fine to edit them, and then I'll get the show up for Saturday. As usual, I think I've decided on Saturday is going to be the day when the show goes up. As of right now, I think it's going to be Indigo hosting next weekend. Obviously, my girlfriend, Indigo Dietrich, she's got a great channel. You guys should go subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, I think she'll be hosting the episode next week. And then after that, I'm actually going to New York City to visit Indigo the week after. So I'm also going to have somebody hopefully be able to host it that week. As to who that's going to be, I'm not exactly sure. I'll hit up a bunch of my wrestling YouTuber friends and see if anyone wants to fill in the void for 1 week while I'm in New York City visiting Indigo. But enough about the show. Let's get into the wrestling news. Our first story from this week, and probably the biggest story circulating, is that Dean Ambrose will be leaving the WWE and not re-signing with them when his contract expires in April. I feel like this was a bit of a shocker to everyone. I don't think anyone really saw Dean Ambrose leaving. He's kind of been upper mid-card at least, if not main event, for the majority of his career, so I think it caught a lot of people off guard. But apparently he is unhappy with his character and the way he's been booked since he's turned heel, which is kind of understandable. It's gotten a bit ridiculous, and you know, Ambrose has always kind of had a goofy sort of vibe to him, which apparently he didn't like. So Dean Ambrose will be taking his talent elsewhere, perhaps AEW, perhaps Ring of Honor, New Japan, perhaps he's going to retire. But yes, Dean Ambrose is 100% leaving the WWE when his contract is up. There's some speculation that this could be a work, but I really don't think that's the case. So Dean Ambrose will be leaving the WWE in April. I feel like the biggest question coming out of this story, though, is will WWE continue to use Dean Ambrose, or are they just going to have him maybe do live events and sort of just stay off TV, and because he's leaving, like, what's the point in investing TV time in a character whenever he's going to be gone in a matter of 2 months? On a bit of a lighter note, but still a similar topic with WWE superstars leaving and perhaps taking their talent elsewhere, Dolph Ziggler was apparently going to be leaving the WWE, or so we all thought. Apparently Dolph Ziggler has already signed a new contract and already did like a while ago, so he's not even leaving. I guess it was him just ribbing the fans and getting us all worked up. I think he even mentioned AEW at one point. He removed his Twitter name and changed it to his real name. He's doing a comedy tour, but apparently Dolph Ziggler signed a new contract a while ago. He'll probably just be working a more reduced schedule with WWE. Although Dolph Ziggler is staying, it seems like a 205 Live superstar is not. That's right, Hideo Itami has apparently been granted his release from WWE. This one is really not a shocker to me personally. Hideo really hasn't been used since he's come to WWE, at least not since like his early NXT days where he was heavily pushed, and then he suffered an unfortunate injury, and it seems like Finn Balor sort of got his spot, and then he got moved to 205 Live, and of course with the 205 Live, they have a very, very low glass ceiling for what they're able to do. So it comes as no shock to me that the former New Japan star would want to leave, go back to New Japan probably, bring back his old name Kenta, and just start tearing it up again and actually being used properly. He seemed to even confirm these rumors over on his Twitter. He tweeted thank you and changed his name back to Kenta, so it does seem like Hideo Itami is on his way out of WWE. It seems like a lot of stars are on their way out of WWE, so WWE needs to shape up because there's a lot of competition right now. And it just really shows that WWE is not the end-all be-all for wrestlers. And yet another rumor about superstars leaving, or at least wanting to leave. I promise this is the last time we're going to talk about people leaving WWE in this video, but apparently both Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura stormed into Vince McMahon's office and were frustrated with their current position in the company. Shinsuke Nakamura's contract does expire this year along with the club and AJ Styles, so he probably does have an easier way out than Rusev, but Rusev has been frustrated for a long time now. He's asked for his release several times if I'm correct, or at least it's been rumored as to such, but apparently that's why they both absolutely got destroyed by R-Truth on SmackDown, which I found a bit weird. I did not expect R-Truth to win the United States Championship at all, and why they are now forming a tag team and facing the Club this week on SmackDown. And for our next story, there is backstage heat on a certain WWE superstar following the Royal Rumble. That superstar is Nia Jax, and the reason is for her attack on R-Truth when R-Truth was entering at number 30. Obviously, Nia Jax took his spot and entered the Men's Royal Rumble, and that is apparently because Nia Jax injured R-Truth. Apparently, it is an ankle injury, so it's not a huge thing. R-Truth obviously wrestled 2 nights later on SmackDown Live, so he seems to be fine, but apparently he was so upset he had to be held back by several backstage officials at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. This is not the first time Nia Jax has been involved in some injury scandals, obviously the Becky Lynch one that occurred this year, and there has been several others over the last few years in WWE. Obviously, Nia Jax is going to get a lot of heat for this from both fans and maybe even backstage alike, but it seems like that she sort of likes to use that for her character, so I'm sure she's not like that upset about it unless it's going to affect her placing in the company, but I very much doubt that it will. And now on to our next story. As many of you know, the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble 2019 was Seth Rollins, and he will challenge Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. Apparently there is one person who is not behind this at all. And that person may be a little bit shocking, because that person is Vince McMahon himself. Apparently Vince McMahon wanted Braun Strowman to defeat Brock Lesnar and win the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and then Drew McIntyre to win the Royal Rumble, and for the two of them to have a match at WrestleMania where Drew McIntyre would capture the Universal Championship. Apparently plans all changed whenever Braun Strowman had his elbow surgery, and allegedly in the last few weeks Vince McMahon has not been as high on Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre alike. Apparently Braun Strowman has a bit of an attitude backstage and it seems to get the better of him sometimes, and Drew McIntyre has really cooled down on TV since his feud with Dolph Ziggler. We're now going to get on to our final story, which contains potential spoilers for the NXT tapings this week. So if you do not want NXT potentially spoiled, I'm saying that because it's not guaranteed. It seems like WWE's did some sort of a swerve where it could go one way and it could go another. We're not sure what is going to air and what's actually not, going to be airing, and it was just part of the dark match or whatever. But something big did happen at the NXT taping, so if you do not want it spoiled, go ahead and watch one of my other videos. Click off this video. Thank you for watching so far. I'll see you next time. Why don't you go check out this video. This is your last chance. Do not get mad at me in the comments. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Velveteen Dream is your new NXT North American Champion. Velveteen Dream and Johnny Gargano wrestled a match for the NXT North American Championship after Velveteen, of course, won the Worlds Collide tournament. He got to pick a champion of his choosing for a match, and of course he chose Johnny Gargano. Apparently the match was really, really good as expected. It is Velveteen Dream and Johnny Gargano, for crying out loud. But apparently Velveteen Dream did capture the NXT North American Championship. Now the reason I was saying this is only potential is because Johnny Gargano went back into the ring, locked in the Gargano escape allegedly, made Dream tap out. So we really don't know what is actually going to air. Whether that was all part of a dark segment where he would just get it and hold up the belt with Tommaso Ciampa just for the people in attendance at that taping, or if Velveteen Dream is actually your NXT North American Champion right now. I feel like this is very smart on WWE's end because it's not 100% like spoiling what's going to happen in the next few weeks, and I don't believe they even sent out an alert on the WWE app like they usually do whenever a new champion is crowned at the NXT tapings. So we may have a new NXT North American Champion right now, but then again we may not. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, and stay tuned to NXTV over the next few weeks. So ladies and gentlemen, those are all of the news stories for this week for episode 2 of Undisputed Wrestling News. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps out the channel a great deal. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and you want to see more videos like this in the future. Hit the notification bell to never miss an upload. Follow all my social medias down in the description box below. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.